Good morning, everyone, and welcome to block 3 of the off-season training program. So we're on to a whole new routine this week, and the format is different than we did in the last block. So we are going to start those similarly. We're going to start with the same extended warm-up, just getting in some basic exercises during the warm-up, getting your muscles warm, getting your heart rate up a little bit. And then we're going into some long sets in terms of numbers of exercises. So we're going to do progressions within different exercises in this routine. Today we'll start with 2 sets of 8, and we'll stick with 2 sets through this block, but then we'll just add to the numbers. So we'll start with 8 this week and go to 10 and 12, and then pull back to 8 again for the recovery week. So let's go ahead and get started on your straps, or of course if you're doing them off the straps, just do your variations of the same exercises. So as always, we're going to start with the golf swings and just start opening up through your lower back and your shoulders. So just one arm at a time. Here you're looking down at the straps to start with. So we're nice small movements. And we'll stick with sets of 8 on the warm-up as well. We've got 2 more each side. Okay, let's look up at our hand now. So opening up this exercise. So we get into your back a little bit more. Shoulders are more open. So 2 more on each side. All right, third one, progression of both hands together, coming up, pivoting over, and switching sides. Seven. And for 8. Okay, we're going to go into chest openers. We'll do them facing this side again. Just checking here with my warm-up set. Okay, so facing this direction again, pushing down on the handles. Now this time your body's nice and tall, and you're just pushing up and pushing back. Trying to counteract all the time we spend leaning forward at our computers, looking at our phones or iPads, even reading a book. For 7 and for 8. Okay, next one we're going to do is a combo of the high knee and the hamstring curl. So holding the straps nice and light, I want you to go up with one knee and then bring it back and down. So the key with this one is as you pull your leg back, we've talked about this before, it needs to be at least even with your other quad, if not further back. Otherwise, you're not going to stretch your calf or engage your hamstring. you're naturally coming forward of your knee, it's probably a sign that your hip flexors are tight and that you need to work on them more. Let's go 3 more each side. For 2. And rest 1 each side. Okay, next exercise, we'll start warming up your hips a little more in the lateral direction. So knee up and going in and out now with your knee. Okay, let's switch sides. Two more. And for 8. Okay, going to leg raises next. So over to your side leg raises. And switching sides. Focusing on keeping your toes facing forward and your body nice and tall. Okay, and let's take it back leg raises now, leading with your heel, and you're going up at the angle that feels comfortable to you. So it's not going to be straight back, but a little out to the side, but don't focus too much on exactly where it's going. Just lift it up and take yourself to your natural direction. Okay, and switching sides. Warming up your big muscle in your glutes on this one. 7 and 8. Okay, I want you to go from here into a regular squat. So feet are shoulder width apart or hip width apart, toes facing forward, and you just take your seat down. You want to try to go to at least 90 degrees on these. You can go deeper if you want. You don't have to though. Think of your body as going into a chair when you come down, up and down. So keeping the upper body tall, trying not to lean forward so your core stays engaged. And 1 more right here. Okay, we're going to go into just a regular mid row. So hands start out right at your armpits, elbows out to the side a little bit, chicken wing arms here. And your hands are diagonal so that they're forming, you've got a nice neutral line from your elbow to your wrist. And come on over here, nice and easy up and back. Since it's a warm-up set, you're not going to go too deep on these. So you're carrying less body weight than you might if we did these during the main set. And that's for 7 and for 8. Okay, next one, we're going to go wide now. So take your feet, double hip width, toes pointing out 45 degrees. And now just gently take my seat down. I did a long bike ride yesterday, and I can feel that tightness through my hips from the ride for sure. So one thing I really love about TRX is that it not only strengthens you, but it also really, if it seems like it lengthens out your muscles, opens your joints up a bit too. Okay, and one more here. Palm up, tight row. This is going to be the last exercise and warm-up set. So palms are facing up, elbows are tight to the body, hands are right at your armpits, body nice and tall here. Drop yourself down, pull up, elbows tight, body nice and tall, head neutral. For 7, and for 8. All right, that is the warm-up set. I'm just gonna adjust my camera just a touch to get my feet a little bit better. And get some air going on in this room because it has warmed up already for me. Okay, so starting the main set now. We're gonna start facing out and we're just gonna run through. It's probably, I don't know, about 20 exercises or so. So we're gonna start facing out and then we'll flip it after a few. Some of these, we've done them before. Some of them are new, but they're progressions based on things that we've done. So hopefully nothing super unfamiliar. There are some though. We'll take time going through in this first set to really show them to you. So you're gonna start with the straps under your arms, pull them in so you're nice and tight now, and then walk yourself back until I want you to feel with your body nice and tall. I want you to feel that stretch through your calves. So wherever that is, whatever angle it is, where you're right here and you're feeling some kind of pull from here, come on up and we're gonna do a set of 8. Keeping your body tall, not breaking at the waist. The only movement here is coming to the balls of your feet and back down to your heels. Otherwise, everything is still. For 6 and 7 and for 8. Okay. Keep your upper body right where it is. Walk it back. We're going into the 2-legged inverse squats. So my feet here are just over hip width apart. Staying on the balls of my feet. Come down, squat, and push up. So when you come down, I want you to feel like your butt is going to the wall behind you. Your weight stays forward, so stay on the balls of your feet so that you don't fall backwards when you go into back position. Okay, we'll do 2 more. And last one. Okay, next one, I'm going to do one more leg one, which is the same variation, so keep the straps where they are. I want you to walk yourself back. And so with one leg, we're going to set up the same as we did this when we're starting last one. This is called a runner start though. So right here, I'm on the balls of my feet. I'm going to reach back with one knee. Bend that back one, and then drive forward. So the front leg straightens, the back leg, the knee drives forward. It'll probably take you a few of these to figure out exactly where to put the stabilizing foot from a balance standpoint. Okay, let's switch sides. Finally figured it out, and then the reps were done. Next set through. This will feel easier because you've done it once before. Five, 6, 7, 8. All right. Okay, we're gonna go and do a couple with the arms. So next one, is a chest press. If you're off the straps, you're gonna do a wide push-up on this one because it's hard to move your hands off the straps. But here, I'm gonna take my hands, I'm gonna put them directly in front of me. And then come down through that wide push-up that we did last time and go deep and then come back out and finish. So it's the wide push-up with some extra before and after. And this one, particularly if you haven't done it before, you might feel pretty unstable on this. So start with an easy angle where you're not carrying as much of your body weight. And then here, my hands are right under my elbows. That's the most stable position at 90 degrees. We'll go 3 more. And like a regular push-up, this utilizes your core quite a bit. So make sure you're focusing on that as well. Okay, that's 8 there. Next one we're gonna do is roll out. So arms are straight in front of you. And then push it up. So off the straps. This is the high arms to press back. We've been doing this one the last few routines though, so hopefully you're feeling more comfortable with this one now. And to make it more challenging, you can always step it back. If you feel like you've gotten too hard, step it forward. But you want a nice range of motion. This is it though. Shoulder height, ears. That's your maximum range of motion. And I lost track, so I'm just going to do one more here. Okay, and for 8. Okay, next one, step forward lunge. So the step forward lunge is done facing out. And here, you're going to use your straps to help you with some air time. So you want to push against the straps. And that'll give you resistance to be able to get your leg out and you come out, bend your back knee, and bring it in. Almost stay on the same leg. For 5, 6, 7, and for 8. Okay, let's switch sides. Five and 6 and 7 and for 8. Okay, we are going to turn it around so you're facing the opposite direction. So shorten your straps up. So you're about a foot off the ground with the straps. And we're going into the step back lunge variation now. I'm going to go a little shorter. So going into the step back lunge. So now it's the reverse motion from before. You're holding the straps here. You start with your arms bent at about 90 degrees. So the goal with the arm bend, I think we've talked about this before with other exercises, is that the arm bend allows your body to get in the position it needs to. So if you're starting out and you don't have any bend, when you go back to do your exercise, you get pulled forward. So you want to start out with some arm bend here. You don't want to start out too close because then you lose the benefit of the straps, which is to give you some stability. So start out with a 90-degree bend, really pulling against the straps. And if you're doing this on the counter, just go to the side, or you can face the counter on this one. Either way actually works. So now you're going to step straight back and come up. So once you get to this position, step back lunge, step lunge, step forward lunge all look the same. It's just getting into it now. It's a dynamic movement. 6, 7, and for 8. Okay, let's switch sides. Starting tall, second side. Five and 6, 7, and for 8. All right, let's give those legs a little bit of a rest. And we're going to go into triceps. So for these, we'll go facing out again, and you can keep the straps shortened with this exercise. So the first tricep one is the one that we've been doing all along. Just a regular tricep variation, or off the straps is the tricep kickbacks. So here, handles together, and come on. Adjust your angle to give you the challenge that you're looking for. So if you pick the right angle, it should feel pretty easy on the first couple. More challenging as you get into it, and then by the last two, you're pretty happy to be done. Okay, and here's your last one. Okay, so the next one, off the straps. Either way, this is the behind the head tricep or standing tricep extensions. So you're going to, in your angled position on the straps, your hands are behind you, and you can either kind of hold both handles together or one each. I like them both together on my grip. And then as I stand up straight, my arms extend in front of me. Off the straps, this is just taking the weight behind your head. So we're getting at your triceps in a different way, keeping your body nice and tall. As you come back up from down here, your core needs to work to bring you up. I can already feel my triceps burning on this one. Okay, this is the last one right here. And push it up. Okay, back to facing the opposite direction. And we're going into 2 more lunge variations. So this time we have the set lunge. So just one leg back. And you're going to come down for 7, 8. Seven, and for 8. Okay, switching sides, back. And that's for 7, and for 8. Okay. Next one, suspended lunge. So starting tall, and I did this one in the last block, so hopefully it's familiar to you. I think we did it. No, I'm not sure. Okay, so standing nice and tall, you're gonna reach this leg back like you were lunging, but you're not gonna touch down. So bring your knee up, drop it down, so my front leg looks exactly the same. My back leg, if I touch down, I'd be in the lunge position, but I'm going to try not to touch. This puts the emphasis a lot more on your front leg than a regular lunge. Continues to work on your hip stability on that leg. And here, you're obviously using handles to help you hold your weight. This would be pretty tough to do without holding on to something. but you want to try to use the handles as little as possible. As you get stronger, you'll feel like you need the handles less. Okay, so let's switch sides. Come down on the second side. Stretch with that leg back behind you. This is a good test. You can touch down. When you get to that lower point, touch down with your foot and see if you're in the position that you would be on the sat lunge. And then from there, you can adjust, open up more or less. Okay, and last one now. Okay, all right, legs get a break. 2 new exercises. First one is going to be the flies. So the key with this is to keep your arms totally straight. It's easy to say, it's difficult to do. It's something that a lot of people struggle to do. This one, if you're having difficulty doing this on the straps, just grab some really light weights. I'm going to show it to you off the straps first. Okay, so this is your starting position. Hands are straight out in front of you, and you're going to come out like this. This is the position. You can also do it like this as a bent over fly. So if you're having a tough time on the TRX keeping your arms straight, I see a lot of this. That's not it. Once you bend your arms, you're completely changing the exercise. So when you keep it straight, we're working pec, shoulders, upper back. Once you start bending your arms, you're taking it into your arms more. So you want to keep it totally straight and in. Off the straps, this exercise, you want to use really light weights. Like if you're doing it straight up and down, I use 2-pound weights. If I'm doing it bent over 3s, 4s, maybe 5s, but not really. But up here at this height, you use super, super light weights. So we're going to start with that. So the fly, start it. So this is your end position, right? So sometimes it helps to just start here. And give yourself a little more stability with your legs. So widen out, come back, straight arms, and pull up. You might find now doing it that way that you're carrying a little too much weight. So step it back a little, and I'm going to do that, or forward. Which way do I want to go? I want to step it back a little bit on this one, because what that does is it takes away some of your weight. And so now when I come off, I'm not coming up quite as open, and that's okay though, because I'm still doing the full motion and I'm keeping my arms straight. So straight here, straight down, straight, and back, okay? This is a great one if you have an access to a mirror near your straps to try to look at yourself. Okay, let's go 3 more. And for 2. And for 1. Okay, so now you've got that. I'm going to make it even a little more complicated. The next one is a clock. So one arm is going to do just what you did on the fly. The other arm is doing a row motion. So you're going to start out here and then finish like this. So I'm going 3 o'clock, straight, like that. It takes a little while to get used to that motion. So this is one that's kind of good to just practice that motion. So we'll go the other side now. So now when your left arm goes out, you're doing 9 o'clock, and pull yourself like this. Okay, so once you get on the straps, you might feel, because you're doing different movements on different sides, you might feel some unevenness in this that you're going to need to adjust to. So this definitely involves some control here. So I'm going to start with my hands straight. Bend my left, extend my right straight. You want to try to use both arms to bring you up. 6, and 7, and 8. Okay, let's switch sides. Starting with both arms straight again, this time keeping your left straight as you bend your right in for a tight row. That's for 7 and for 8. Okay. All right, going back to the legs now. We've got 2 more legs, 2 more arms. Now we'll finish up the first round. So we're going now into a crossover lunge. So for this one, we'll start with the set crossover, which we did in the last routine. So you're going back to that lunge and then swinging over to the side. Front foot is facing forward. And as you come down, as you look over your front knee, in this case it's my right knee, I'm seeing my big toe of my right foot. So the goal here is your shin angle is up and down in all directions. So just straight up and down, lined over your knee. Back leg is open enough that you have room for your back knee. And last one here. Okay, switching sides. Reach over with this side. Set yourself up on the second side. So if you take a look here on this side, you get a good visual of what's going on with my knee. Straight up and down. It's not out to the side or forward or back. It's straight up and down versus my ankle. Okay, let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so we're going to take this now into the suspended variation. So holding the straps, and now your back leg reaches back but doesn't touch. So really now you're adding the imbalance by crossing under you. Really working the stability on your right hip. Again, I want you to use your handles as much as you need them. Try to keep your body up and down though. That really helps with the balance. If you start leaning forward into it, which is the tendency, you'll never get into this position right. So as soon as you start doing this, that's where you run into problems, okay? So keep yourself nice and tall. Always imagine the book on the top of your head on this one. Really on any lower body exercise. Okay, let's switch sides. Because once you start leaning forward, your core gets disengaged, your whole weight distribution gets off. So if you keep yourself up and down nice and straight, then you can work the muscles that you want to, and the exercise actually becomes easier. So let's go. Not to say this one's easy, because it's not. It's a lot that's different, so it takes time to get it. But let's start here on the other side and bring it down. This is also a really great identifier of imbalances. If you've got one hip that's weaker than the other, you're going to notice it pretty quickly on this exercise. 5 and 6 and for 7. Okay, and last one. Okay, last 2 arms. We're going to do 2 bicep variations. The first one is called low biceps. So we haven't done these ones on the straps before. On this one, your finishing position is low down here. So as you come down, you're just going to row and aim, bicep curl. Aim for lower in your chest. Do one more. Okay, now going to the high biceps. So these are up higher, shoulder height off the straps. You're going to use a much lower weight. So 3 pounds is a good place to start on this one. Now everything stays up shoulder height. Hands are aiming for your forehead. 6, 7, and for 8. All right, that is round 1. We took our time going through the first round today just to really try to get you familiar with the exercises. So go ahead, grab some water and come on back in a few, in 30 seconds or so. The straps are going to be long and we'll start facing out and go through it one more time, taking up the speed, doing it a little more real time on the second set. All right, let's do it. So starting out, facing out, handles under your arms. We're going to start with the calf raises. So body nice and tall, step back till your heels are just on the ground, and we'll take it up for a set of 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, and for 8. Okay, step it back. Inverse squats. So on the balls of your feet, feet are just over hip width apart. And squat it down. For 7 and for 8. Okay, going to a runner start. So your front foot here is kind of between where it was for the calf raises and inverse squats. You're up on the ball of your foot, just that leg back, and on the front knee drives forward. If when you reach back, you're hitting the door or the wall, you can lengthen out your straps more to give yourself some more room back there. Okay, let's switch sides. The longer straps are though, the more instability. So find a position that gives you enough room. Six and 7 and 8. Okay, next one. Chest press or wide push-up. Set yourself up in a full chest press. Hands are underneath you. Going down through the push-up, taking it deeper, and pushing out to finish. Okay, let's go 2 more. And for 8. Okay, next one's roll out, hands straight in front of you. And push out. For 8. Okay, going to a step forward lunge. So starting out, standing tall, hands in front of you, and use the straps to give yourself some extra air time so you can get your foot out in front of you. I should probably rename this routine lunges, lunges, and more lunges. All right, let's switch sides. On the second side. For 7 and for 8. All right, shorten up the straps and turn it around. And into the step back lunge now. Arms are bent, starting nice and tall, arms are bent 90 degrees, reaching back behind. Great. Okay, other side. And for 7 and for 8. Okay, triceps. Facing out again, starting with the regular tricep variation. So hands in front of you, handles together. And walking forward. Keeping your elbows in within shoulder height as you come forward. Shoulder width, I'm sorry. You do keep them up high as well. So it's just a bending of the elbows. It's the only motion. This is for 7 and for 8. Okay, grab the lower handles now. That makes it easier to do this one. So I'm grabbing the bottom parts of the handles on here. And in the most angled position, your hands are back behind your head, body is tall. Straighten your arms out and push up. For 6 and 7 and for 8. All right, let's turn it around. And we're going into the step lunge next. Just one leg back. 8 right here. Okay, switch sides. Seven and for 8. Okay, suspended lunge. So hold on to those straps. Do the pull back. So you're not gripping the straps, but you're pulling back on them. That gives the resistance. Keep your upper body nice and tall. Remember, think about that book on your head. Engage your core from here. Bring it back, come up. So extend back behind you. Two more. And for 8. Okay, switching sides. Four, 5, 6, 7, and for 8. Okay, next one to your arms. Flies are next. So both arms straight. Come on, arms straight. Straight all the time on this. You're coming out to between a T and a Y with your arms. Two to go. And last one. Okay, from here into the class. So we'll start out with the row in the left arm and the fly in the right. So starting out both arms straight. Keep the right arm straight as the left one pulls back into the row. For 7 and 8. Okay, let's switch sides. Seven and 8. All right, we're getting there. Okay, suspended lunge, or sorry. Next one is the set crossover lunge. So reaching back and around with one leg, toes are facing forward in the front, and you're bringing that knee straight up and down over your ankle. For 7 and 8. Okay, let's switch sides. For 7 and for 8. Okay, last leg, suspended crossover. So starting the same way and pulling back on those handles to give yourself resistance, keeping your body nice and tall, but now you're coming under your body to cross over. For 7 and for 8. All right, let's switch sides. 6, 7, and for 8. All right, last arms. Low biceps are your first ones. So coming in, doing your bicep curl around your chest height, upper abs. For 7, and for 8. Okay, last exercise, up high biceps, so right up to shoulder height. Bending hands are aiming for your forehead. For 5, 6, 7, and for 8. All right, that is it. Those are the exercises. So the second time through definitely went a lot quicker. We're just going to stretch things out now. So go ahead, face out. We're going to do walkouts here. So go over both arms up, one from forward, and just press. Stretching out through your chest. Getting your heart rate to come down. And let's switch the foot that's forward. Arms are the same. So a few new things that were going on this week. If you have any questions about any of the exercises or the routine in general, please reach out. I'm happy to give you variations. It's always an option to mix things on the straps or off the straps, depending on what feels right for anything. The goal is to get the strength workout in the way that it works best for you to make you stronger. Okay, so we're going nice and wide now. Just get that stretch. Okay, second foot forward, same arms. Push forward. All right, and let's go out. For your windmill, so here arms are straight out to the side, feet are wider than shoulder width, and you're just going to come up and stretch on each side. And let's finish up one more on each side. All right, that's a wrap for today. Again, please reach out if you have any questions. You can put them right on the YouTube video. You can email me. If you're with Team in Training, you can put something through 6 Cycle, and happy to respond to anything. But I hope you enjoyed this workout today, and we'll see you back next time. Bye for now. Coach Reem.